The Last Fire Hawk, The Ember Stone by Katrina Charman, illustrated by Jeremy Horton. Introduction. In the enchanted land of Parodia lies Valerwood, a forest filled with magic and light. There a wise old owl named Grey leds the owls of Valer. These brave warriors protect the many creatures of the world, but a darkness is spreading across Parodia, and the forest's magic and light are fading away. A powerful old vulture called Thorn controls the shadow of dark magic. He is using it to destroy Parodia and the homes of all who live there. Rivers are dying up, trees are losing their leaves. Thorn will not stop until Parodia is destroyed. Tag, a small barn owl, dreams of becoming an owl of Valer. He wants to protect his forest. He wants to fight Thorn and his army of spies, but Tag needs more than just courage and bravery. Only the brightest magic can beat the darkness.
Map
of Parodia. Training time. Tra! A horn sounded through Valerwood. Tag watched as owls of all sizes swooped down from the trees. Training time, Tag thought, excitement bubbling in his tummy. He hopped off his branch to join a group of young owls. Maximus, the captain of the owls of Valer, stood in the center of camp. You are all here to learn how to fight. Maximus announced. As you know, our magical forest is in danger. Only the bravest warriors can protect it. And only the bravest warriors will become owls of Valer. Tag puffed up his chest. He wanted to become an owl of Valer more than anything. Choose your weapons, Maximus yelled. His voice had one setting, very loud. The weapons were lined up. Tag stood beside a bow and arrow, too tall next. He lifted a sword too heavy. He picked up a shiny dagger. It was just right. Tag chose the smallest shield. It was as big as he was. I may be small now, but I won't give up until I'm strong enough to hold the biggest shield, Tag thought. All day Maximus showed the young owls how to duck and dive. Tag attacked tree trunks with the dagger. His wings got weaker as he struggled to hold a heavy shield. Scream! Suddenly, Gray fell down to land beside Maximus. His bright yellow eyes sparkled with magic. The owls gathered around in silence, waiting for their leader to speak. All animals are now forbidden to go near the holy caves, Gray said. Tag raised his shaky wing. But why? He asked. The caves were his favorite place to explore. The caves are too dangerous, Gray warned. He waved a wing and then the wing appeared beside his head. Tiger bats, thought Tag. The tiger bats' huge orange eyes glowed. Their long, sharp beaks snapped at the air. Thorn's army of tiger bats has been seen near the caves, Gray said. He waved his wing again and a dark cloud appeared. In its center was the tiger bat's master, Thorn. Tag shivered. The old and powerful vulture would stop at nothing to destroy Valerwood. Gray's magical cloud disappeared. He stretched out his huge wings and flew off back to training. Maximus yelled, "Find a partner." The owls quickly paired up. leaving a large brown owl named Bod for Tag to work with. Tag held up his shield and stood as tall as he could while Bod looked him up and down. The shield slipped from Tag's tired wing. It clattered to the ground. Bod laughed. You will never be an owl of valor. You can't even hold a shield. Tag felt his face burn. They practiced until Tag could barely hold his dagger. That's enough for today, Maximus shouted. Tag looked at Bod. I may not be big and strong, Tag thought, but I am brave enough to be an owl of valor. I'll find a way to prove it. Chapter 2. An important discovery. Tag stomped enough through the woods. On his way home, he heard a rustle nearby. Someone or something was watching. Tag picked up a stick. Footsteps scritched and scratched through the dry leaves. Closer, closer until... Gotcha! Ah! Tag yelled. A small gray squirrel fell to the ground laughing. Scaredy owl. Skyla, that's not funny, Tag said. I almost hit you. That twig wouldn't hurt me, his best friend replied. I thought you were a brave warrior. I am, Tag said. One day I'm going to be an owl of valor and save the wood from the evil. Skyla jumped up and put her paw over Tag's beak. Don't say his name. I'm not afraid of Thorn, Tag mumbled. Skyla's eyes went wide. You should be. Tag looked at the river. It used to be full of clear blue water. Now it was dry because of Thorn. He walked on, kicking at the dusty ground. I know what will cheer you up, Skyla tapped Tag on the wing. You are it. No fair. Tag chased after her. I can't run as fast as you, but I can fly. Tag took off, gliding through the trees. After a few minutes, he called, Skyla, where are you? I'm here, Skyla giggled. Tag landed beside her and looked around. They had gone farther than he thought. Oh no, Tag groaned. We're at the Howling Caves. Gray told us to stay awake. Let's get out of here, Skyla said. Looking at the three creepy caves, there was a sudden whisper on the wind. A black cloud covered the sun so that it was almost as dark as night. The shadow, Skyla grabbed her slingshot. It's probably just a storm, Tag said. He flapped closer to the largest cave. Don't go in there, Skyla warned. This could be my chance to prove how brave I am, Tag thought. The cave looked like a mouth open wide, ready to gobble them up. The wind blew harder and howled around them. No wonder these are called the Howling Caves, Tag thought. Don't worry, Skyla, Tag said. Tiger bats only come out at night. Who said anything about tiger bats? Skyla asked. Gray did, Tag said. He pointed to the dark sky. Come on, we need somewhere to shelter from the storm. Tag peered into the deep, dark cave. A red light glowed. What's that? He hopped inside, heading toward the light. I don't like this, Skyla said, loading her slingshot. But someone has to make sure you don't get eaten. Tag smiled to show he wasn't scared, but his feathers were shaking. The friends walked toward the glowing light. The cold cave felt warmer as they neared it. What is that? Skyla asked. Tag hopped closer for a better look. He blinked. It's a golden egg. The biggest, brightest egg Tag had ever seen. Chapter 3. The Golden Egg. Tag stared at the huge, glowing egg. I've never seen an egg this big before. I've never seen a golden egg before, Skyla said. What do you think it is? I don't know, Tag said. But I bet the tiger bat stole it. We have to get it out of here. Wait, Skyla cried. It could be a tiger bat. Tag laughed. Bats don't lay eggs, silly. Tiger bats are not normal bats, Skyla said. Anyway, how are we going to move it? Tag frowned. The egg was bigger than both of them. Maybe we could roll it. He pressed the wing against the egg. Ow! It's hot. Tag shook his sizzling feathers. Stay here, I have an idea. Skyla scurried out of the cave. Outside the sky had cleared and the sun was bright again. See, it was just a passing storm, Tag told the egg. Skyla returned with armfuls of leaves and sticks. I'll make a cart. Her quick fingers twisted the leaves and sticks together. Soon the cart was finished. Together, Tag and Skyla nudged the egg onto the cart. Poor egg all alone in this creepy cave, Tag said. Look back at Tag, she gasped, then pointed a shaky finger. Tag, I don't think it was alone. Tag turned. A pair of big, bright eyes stared at him. Another pair slowly opened. Then another and another until hundreds of beady orange eyes glared back. Chapter 4. Run! The tiger bat's bright orange eyes watched from the darkness. Tiger bats yelled, Tag, Gray was right, and we have woken them up, Skyla said. Tag and Skyla pushed and pulled at the cart. It didn't move. Hurry, Tag said. The egg is too heavy, Skyla huffed. Tag gave a big push. The egg wobbled. Then thunk. It fell off the cart. I hope it's not cracked, thought Tag. The tiger bat's wings scraped the walls. One landed close by with a thud. The egg started to roll out of the cave and down the hill. Follow that egg, Tag yelled. The friends raced behind the egg as the tiger bats flew out of the cave, zooming back and forth. Squawk. Good thing tiger bats can't see well in daylight, Skyla puffed. We should be able to lose them out here. Tag's heart pounded. Blasts of air from the tiger bat's giant orange and black striped wings pushed him on. The egg picked up speed as it rolled downhill. It banged into an old fallen tree and stopped. We waved to hide, Skyla said, before the bats see us. Tag looked at the fallen tree. Quick, let's hide in here. He used the stick to shove the egg into the hollow trunk. Then he and Skyla crawled in behind it. Clack, clack, clack. Tag and Skyla held their breath as the tiger bat's beak snapped above them. After a while, it was quiet. That was close, Skyla said. I know, Tag sighed. Then he grinned. But we did it. We saved the egg. The sun was setting. They were too tired to move the egg, so the friends rested in a nearby tree. I'll keep watch, Tag said with a yawn. But soon they both fell fast asleep. Chapter 5. Rising from the Ashes. Wara! An alarm sounded. Tag woke with a start. The moon was high in the sky. Below, something flickered brightly. Fire, he yelled. Black smoke filled the air. The egg, Skyla cried. Flames rose from the old fallen tree. Tag gasped. The egg was hot. It must have set the tree on fire. The friends raced down from their branch. They scooped up water to pour into the flames. Finally, all that was left a smoky pile of ashes. Pieces of golden eggshell glittered among the ashes. The egg is destroyed, Tag cried. We are going to be in such big trouble. Now we went into the howling caves and woke the tiger bats for nothing. And we started a fire. Skyla patted Tag on the back. At least we put out the fire before it spread. Something snuffled beside them. Look, Tag said, covered in ash. Blinking its big blue eyes was a very large baby bird. Achoo! The bird sneezed, sending up a cloud of ash. Her beautiful feathers were gold, red, and orange. They sparkled brightly, lightening the dark wood. Skyla stared, a firehawk. Tag shook his head, but there is no such thing as firehawk. Chapter 6. Gray's Tale. The baby bird stretched her wings and Tag told the bird, this is Skyla. She thinks you are a firehawk. Skyla put her paws on her hips. She is a firehawk. My grandma told me they had bright, sparkling feathers. She pointed to the bird's glittering wings. Scree! A loud screech echoed through the wood. Gray appeared as if from nowhere. He did not look happy. It wasn't our fault, Tag started. Not exactly. Then Gray saw the baby bird. What do we have here? Gray smiled at the bird. I didn't think I'd ever see a firehawk again. I told you, Tag, said Skyla. She really is a firehawk, Tag said. Yes, said Gray. You have made an important discovery. I thought the firehawks were all gone. What happened to them? Tag asked. The firehawks were magical birds who protected the Ember Stone, a stone that holds powerful magic within it. Gray explained. They did everything in their power to stop Thorn from finding the stone. But one day the firehawks vanished. Skyla gasped, that's terrible. Could the Ember Stone stop Thorn and the Shadow? Asked Tag. Gray stroked his chin. Maybe the stone's magic could be even stronger than Thorn's dark magic. But Thorn is moving fast. Trees are dying. The wood's good magic is fading. Can you feel it? Tag and Skyla nodded. Valor Wood was changing. Flowers no longer bloomed. Rivers were dry. It wouldn't be long before Thorn destroyed everything. Where's the stone now? Skyla asked. I don't know, but I do know that Thorn never found it. If he had, he would have already used it to destroy Perodia. Gray replied, the Firehawks lived on Fire Island, so the stone might still be there, hidden somewhere, only like a Firehawk can find it. Gray looked at the baby bird. Where did you find her egg? Tag took a deep breath. Owls of Valor were brave and true. He had to tell the truth. At the Howling Caves, Tag replied. He thought Thorn and his tiger bats had stolen the egg, so we tried to save it. That was very brave, Gray said, but I forbid anyone to go near those caves. I'm sorry, Tag said, secretly pleased that Gray had called him brave. We didn't mean to start a fire, Skyla added. The fire was not your fault, Gray told them. Firehawks hatch in flame. Hurrah! A horn sounded in the distance. We are under attack, Gray shouted. I must gather the owls of Valor. Can I come? Tag asked. Gray held up a wing. You to stay with the Firehawk, Skyla nodded. We all keep her safe. But I can fight, Tag cried. Gray shook his head. There are more ways than one to protect our forest, Tag. It is not always the biggest or strongest owls who become owls of Valor keep the Firehawk safe and hidden. There is only one reason Thorn would have a Firehawk egg. He wanted this Firehawk to lead him to the Emberstone. You can't let Thorn find her. Gray disappeared into the trees as a dark cloud filled the sky. Chapter 7 Tiger Bat Attack. The owls of Valor flew overhead in their shining armor. Come on, Skyla said, pulling at Tag's wing. We have to hide the Firehawk. Tag and Skyla tried to lift the baby bird. Tag groaned. She is too heavy. Hundreds of tiger bats circled above. Their orange eyes glowed in the darkness. Skyla loaded her slingshot. Thorn's army is coming for the Firehawk. We can't let them find her, Tag said, grabbing a heavy stick. Tag leaned in to speak to the trembling baby bird. Can you fly? He asked. The Firehawk gave a small peep. Tag moved his wings up and down slowly so as not to scare her. Can you do this? Tag wasn't sure Firehawks could fly. The baby bird ruffled her feathers but stayed on the ground. I guess not, said Skyla. Tag sighed. Let's hide the groove. It's close by. The thick bushes should help hide her bright feathers. Tag and Skyla hurried through the trees. The Firehawk wobbled on unsteady legs as they returned to the road.